That's it. Just keep walking. The hall may seem infinite, but you see that? That light at the very end of it? Just keep walking. Are you talking to yourself? Maybe. You could go back, of course, but a quick glimpse over your shoulder reveals the way back is frightfully dark and dismal. There's no light at the end of that direction. You feel a chill grip you, the cool, stale air slightly damp on your skin. But something tells you there's warmth at the end of this hall. All you have to do is continue on your path. Are these really your thoughts? Or do these words, does this voice, belong to another? Are you going mad? How did we get here? Do you even remember how you ended up in this place? Or is it all just a blur? Where were you? What were you doing? Why on earth would you ever choose to be in a place like this? These stone walls are poorly illuminated. You're using your phone, but the battery is likely mere minutes away from reaching 0%. And with its waning power, you feel ever more isolated from the outside world. Once the phone is out, there will be only you and the crushing darkness of this arduously lengthy hall, and that promising light at its end. This place feels old. More than that, it feels alien. It feels like there are eyes in the dark watching your every step. But something deep within you tells you it's the walls themselves that are watching. You're certain you've never been here before, but then, why does it feel so familiar? It's not the familiarity of a cherished loved one. It's the familiarity of something else. That feeling one has the moment something startles them. That childhood dread of a dark, quiet home in the late hours of the night. The familiarity of fright. What is this place? And who is this mysterious voice, seemingly narrating your thoughts and feelings? All the answers to your questions are at the end of this hall. You just know it. Why do you feel so alone? This aching need for company and companionship. This place feels so lifeless, so derelict. You feel vulnerable. Never you worry. It will all be over shortly. You're almost there. Just a little further now. Ah, there you are. My lovely guest. Kept me waiting a bit. Not very polite of you. Sit down, would you? Somewhere closer to the fire, if it pleases you. You must be so cold. Help yourself to the food and drink. It's all freshly prepared, just for you. Who am I? Ah, my apologies. I'm always so eager to welcome new guests, I often forget myself. My name is Ragna. You have the pleasure of being my dinner guest tonight. So good of you to make it. What's that? Oh, don't feel bad about eating without me, my dear. Well, let's just say my appetites lay elsewhere. But please, do eat, darling. You look positively famished. That's it. My, you're digging right in now. Wonderful. You poor thing. You must have been starving. Now that you're more at ease and tucking in, let me have a better look at you. Such a cute little thing. Utterly radiant with life and vigor. I like that. Where are we? Well, we're in my home, my dear. I know it may seem dark and dreary. This place of towering stone doesn't have much warmth to offer on its own. It may not look it to you, but I promise you they're practically glowing from the warmth you provide, my sweet. These old walls almost have a life of their own, and much like me, they are often so wanting for company. This place has been here many, many years. Centuries have touched these stones and left their mark. You could say I share very many things in common with this place. Time-worn, cold, and yearning to be filled with the warmth of one such as you. I look young to you? Oh, how kind and flattering. I do what I can to maintain my youthful appearance. But enough about me. The fire must feel so good against your lovely skin. So inviting, Tell me about yourself, my dear. I like to know who I'm wining and dining on. Oh, nothing. So, let's hear it. Where are you from? What brought you here? I see. A voice? Is that so? It sounded like me? That is quite curious. A lucky coincidence, perhaps? Or perhaps you're simply drawing parallels where there aren't any. Mortals do so much like when they can find patterns, categorize and catalog. It gives a certain sense of security to be able to pinpoint the identity of something or someone with absolute certainty, no? What do I mean by mortals? Oh, don't worry your pretty little head about it for now, my dear. You just take your rest. After all that hot, delicious food, feeling the comforting warmth of my fire, I'm sure you feel as though your body is sinking into the cushions of that chair, every muscle unraveling. Your face, your shoulders and chest, your limbs feeling heavy at your sides, even that delicious neck of yours. Why don't you let me help you unwind, Mind if I just slip my hands around your shoulders like this? That's it. Relax. Doesn't it feel so good to feel my strong fingers and soft beans working the tension out? My, you were quite tense, I see. And what's this? Is that fear I smell? Ah, yes, it is. How delectable. And why would you be afraid, my dear? Are you not sated, comfortable, warm, and safe? Oh, I felt that. The way your fur bristled, The way the hair on the back of your neck stood up. I hear something. Do you hear it too? A beat, increasing, growing stronger, picking up in tempo. Is that your heartbeat, my dear? I can feel the muscles in your shoulders shift and tense. Don't lock up now. You want to run, don't you? To bolt out of this chair and back into the dark, cold hallway. But you can't, can you? It's not my grip, dear. That's just as soft yet firm as it has been. No, that inability to move isn't my doing. It's you. All you. So you don't want to leave. You don't want to run. Not really. You merely think you do. You want to be right here with me. So why are your hackles still up, You're trembling, you know. Like a mouse caught under the claws of a cat. A fly desperately writhing on a spider's web. You look about as good as you smell, my dear. So enticing. So decadently warm. All that delicious life flowing through your veins, being pumped through your extremities by your pounding heart. Your pulse is like music to my ears, a symphony that fans the flame of my appetite. Let me just... that's much better. Moving my hands up from your shoulders, my fingers coiling against that beautiful neck of yours. Feeling your pulse beneath the tips of my claws. Your heart beats for both of us now, a rhythm we are marching in lockstep towards this night's inevitable conclusion. You must realize by now where you are, and what I am. That's right. Don't you worry your sweet little head, my dear. I promise I won't take more than I need from you. I fed you, made you warm, brought you peace and comfort for a time. You'd be an ungrateful guest to not at least attempt to return the favor, no? And I don't need much from you, my pet. You can feed me, warm me, and bring me peace and comfort, all with just one thing. Your blood. It won't hurt too terribly. Would it help if I described to you what you're about to experience? Judging from your stark, quiet, pallid appearance, I will simply assume that it would. There will be a sharp, piercing, puncturing cold. Like 2 points of ice pushing into your skin. It will be startling, abrupt, but it will subside quickly and give way to something else. A sense of complacency, acceptance. You will grow as still and as helpless as a lamb lost to slumber. It will feel so natural, so fulfilling to be wrapped up in my arms, to be locked into this most intimate of exchanges with me. The more your life force drains into me, as you feel the heat of my breath contrasting the icy embrace of my fangs, the more satisfaction it will bring you to give yourself so fully and completely to a being of greater power. You'll want me to take more, and I might. But now that you know what to expect, my dear, we've lingered long enough. You've had your fill of food and drink, and I so deeply hunger for drink.